So hello everyone. Welcome if you are new to the channel. Welcome back if you love me. I love you too. We are here for OPHIUCHUS guidance. Alright, we are here for OPHIUCHUS guidance for all signs. If you are a little confused and don't know where your zodiac sign video is for October, it is under the live tab on the channel, and I have linked it in the comments of this video. So you will see a pinned comment that has a link, and it is to the October all signs. If you go there, there are two things that you need to know. One, your timestamp is pinned in the comments on that video. And two, if you would like bonus readings for your sign or any other sign that you would like to see for December, you need to leave a comment with that sign or multiple signs that you want bonus readings for in the comments of the All Signs October video. That 3-hour and 41 odd minute video. Let me know what signs you want bonus readings for. And those are the signs, whoever gets the most the most comments is going to get a bonus reading for December. Okay, those comments on the October video are going to determine who gets bonus messages in December. Okay, Scorpio and Sag were the winners this month for their August video stats. Scorpio got most views, Sag got most likes and most comments, and so they got bonus readings for October. Okay, August determined October, September's videos will determine November, and the comments on the October video will determine December's. Okay, so if you would like bonus messages for November, you can go back, rewatch, leave a comment on, drop a like on your September videos sign. Okay, with that said, I'm going to do this in a typical OPHIUCHUS fashion. I'm going to pull a card for cardinal, fixed, and mutable energy. Those are the modalities. And then I'm going to pull cards for fire, earth, air, and water. Those are the elements. And between those 7 cards, we will get 12 messages for each of the zodiac signs. I typically do not put timestamps in for OPHIUCHUS, but if you feel guided to do timestamps for the entire video or for just your own sign, if you want to come back to it, you have your timestamp in there for your sign, that's perfectly fine. Otherwise, I will go through them. Cardinal signs first, fixed signs second, mutable signs third, which means cardinal signs, I'm doing Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Capricorn. Okay, that will be the order, right? Fire, earth, air, water. So it will be Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. Fixed signs, I will be doing Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Okay, and then I will also be doing, well, the order I guess technically would be, for fixed signs, it would be Leo, right, fire, then Taurus, earth, then Aquarius, air, and then Scorpio, water. And then for fire signs, it will be Sag, Virgo, Gemini, and then Pisces. Okay, so those they'll be in that order. Okay. I'm also using, instead of my big combo deck, I was guided to my Universe Has Your Back deck. It is also by Gabrielle Bernstein, like the Super Attractor cards that are in my combo deck. But the James Van Praag's Power of Love cards are also in that big deck. But I was just guided to do the Universe Has Your Back deck for this month, so I guess we'll see. The universe does what it does and guides me the way it does for a reason. So without further ado, Spirit, please, let's get some guidance for cardinal, fixed, and mutable signs. cardinal, fixed, and mutable signs. Okay, and let me get some guidance for fire, earth, air, and water elements. Okay. Overall guidance for everyone. There is nothing sexier than your authentic truth is on the bottom. And when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real is on the top. So these are the overall cards for everyone, right? To keep in mind for the month of October. Just be your authentic self. The universe, there is nothing sexier than that. And if you can do that and remember that the universe has your back, having faith in the universe that being yourself is what you're called to do, peace becomes real, right? Allow yourself to be surrounded by energies, people, places, things that allow your authenticity to shine. Because if you can't be yourself, then wherever you are, whoever you're with is not in alignment, right? So that is the overall. Be your sexy self. And remember, the universe designed you that way for a reason. Okay, you were meant to be wherever you were meant to be yourself. Okay. Cardinal. Fire. Aries. Attack, pain, fear, and judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. I surrender to a power greater than me. So whether you are attacking someone else, or you're feeling attacked by someone else, if you're in a state of pain, in a state of fear, or you're judging other people or yourself, any other form of separation, right, is a call from your highest self, right, that you need to welcome it in. Right? If you're in one of those low vibratory states, if you're doing things out of fear, you're doing things because you're afraid of judgment, or not doing things, you know what I mean, out of those kinds of energies, or someone else's that you're dealing with, right? That you're dealing with them, and they're inside these states of energy, these emotional places, these perceptions. They're really disconnected from themselves, their true authentic self, right? And you need to surrender, right? You need to surrender, know that they're asking for help, and that they need to feel comfortable enough to surrender, and could probably benefit from some words of encouragement, like, I know it's not ideal, but it's going to be okay, like, we'll figure it out, and, you know, don't worry, if things are changing, it's all right, you know, like, and not be so on edge with the lack of control, right? Because I definitely, especially because October this month, I feel like there's definitely a lack of control. Pieces are moving, right? Pieces are moving. And so if people are acting out, they're having a hard time letting go of control, and they're afraid of the unknown, okay? They're afraid of what's coming because they don't know what's coming. It's beyond their control. So, you know, keep that in mind, Aries, this month. All right. Cardinal, Earth, Capricorn. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time for me to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. Trust that despite yourself, if you're learning any lesson, or have learned any lesson, the universe will always guide you to what to say, what to do, and where to be in the highest good of all. No matter what, right? So you might not realize, like, if you're learning lessons, you know, surrounding fear, you may be speaking from a fear state, right? Doing things from a fear state, being in certain places or avoiding certain places because of fear state. And the universe is going to show you that that fear state was never needed, and or it manifested some bullshit, right? That being in low vibratory energy created a low vibe experience. And if you are overriding fear and you're trusting that the words coming to you are divinely guided, and the things you're feeling and being guided to do, places you're being guided to be or not be, if you're trusting spirit despite fear, then you're learning that any of those responses that you would have had, right, those lowly responses that you would have had you not overridden it, you would have realized that they were just a call for help because you were uncertain, right? Uncertain of what to say or what to do or where to be or not be or what not to do, what not to say. Like, if you trust spirit, if you can hold a positive vision, spirit will always unfuck you. You know what I mean? You will unfuck yourself if you could just trust spirit. So remember that you or anybody else inside those fear states, they just don't know what to say or do or where to go or who to be. They don't know what's acceptable or not acceptable. And you could just simply redirect yourself or redirect those other people to being authentic. If nobody else mattered and nothing else mattered, and the result, what they wanted to do, was completely up to them with no fear, what would they choose? If what they needed to say, whatever they needed to say, was what they felt compelled to say, and they were afraid and they didn't want to say it, if they could say it anyway because it didn't matter, it just needed to be said. If you can convince them that it was okay to say it, that it was supposed to be that way, they would end up in the highest good place, right? So anybody who's afraid, it's just, that's why they're uncertain about how it would end up. Including forgiving people, not necessarily having people or circumstances re-enter their life that are no longer in alignment, but being able to forgive what was, so that they can embrace what is and what's coming, right? Cardinal air, Libra. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation or merely calls for help. Joy is the ultimate creator. In other words, Libra, get out of your own way rationalizing things or playing devil's advocate or whatever. Focus on joy, your joy, specifically your joy, because when you focus on your joy, it will inevitably result in everybody else receiving experiences that are joyous with you, with or without you. Okay? Because if you're focusing on your own joy and it's not including anybody else in your reality, everybody else in your reality at some point is meant to vibrate out of your experience, because they're not going to be enjoying you if you're enjoying yourself without any of them. And vice versa, right? So if you're in a state of joy, they are freed up to go create a state of joy for themselves. Whether that is with you, in their life, even if you're creating joy separately, or if they just simply create joy elsewhere and are no longer in your life, but you're both experiencing joy on your own accord now, right? Don't be afraid of the pain that will come with certain losses, or feel attacked by certain people who are claiming their right to feel joy. And Don't feel judged by someone else either, or be a judge on other people, right? Libra loves to fucking judge. Allow yourself to release the temptation of judgment and fear and feeling some kind of pain for loss, and embrace the fact that joy is the result. That as long as you're doing what you enjoy, it's going to create more. That's going to vibrate new people in, new experiences in, and vibrate other energies and other people and other experiences out. Okay? Just allow it. Allow it to be. Focus on joy and let joy become more. Okay? Cardinal water. Cancer. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation or merely calls for help. I always trust in the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. And you know what, Cancer? I really feel that, because you could be afraid of all kinds of things. You could be being judged about all kinds of things. You could feel attacked by other people. Other people could feel like you're taking your energy out on them or whatever. And the reality is, if you're doing what you're guided and you trust in the universe, then nothing actually, none of those feelings actually matter in you or someone else. Everything becomes clear eventually. So I feel for you, especially being the intuitive water sign that you are, right? Always trust the direction the universe is taking you, right? Knowing you're being guided. If anybody is being reactive to your actions, right? You being in alignment with your inner guidance system, your IGS. If they're being reactive, just remember it's because they haven't gotten in tune with theirs yet, and they don't have that same trust in the universe yet. And they're working on it. And maybe you could help them understand that in some which way, shape, or form, right? In words that they would be able to understand. It's okay. You know, I think continue to trust yourself, Cancer. Okay. Fixed fire. Leo. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. I surrender to a power greater than me. Leo. I feel like if you're moving forward from something, this is definitely guidance reminding you to turn your pain into power. To remember that your loss is actually a gain. That beginnings are the result of endings, right? That you can't have your new beginning if something else didn't end first. And that you don't have to be afraid moving forward. The universe is moving you and guiding you in a certain direction. And it's definitely in your highest good this month. So whatever it is, remember you could turn your pain to power. Okay? Give it to Spirit, give it to the universe, give it to your angels, give it to God, whatever higher source power that you believe in. Give it up to the divine and trust that you don't actually need to worry about it or fear about it, right? Or hold pain about it. Give it to the divine and let yourself flow with where Spirit would take you from there. Okay? Fixed Earth. Taurus. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. So Taurus, the guidance for you this month. I feel like if you are leaving certain situations, especially if people reacting to your choices, right, your movements, if your movements are triggering their traumas, right, and their traumas are creating conflict and they're afraid because you're making changes, you're making moves. I think your ability to remember that when you're in a vibration of love for them, whether your future consists of them being in it or not, I think that if you can hold on to the idea or the remembrance that you love them, even if you're fucking infuriated with them at the time, okay? But if you can remember that you love each other in soul, right? It'll give you the right words that you need when you need to speak up, and compassion when it's time to forgive them, because if they knew better, they would do better type thing. They don't know better. They have wounds. They have trauma. You know what I mean? And they're reacting the best way they know how to survive, to control. I think if you can remember, love, that you will have all the power that you need in order to find yourself and remove yourself from people who are kind of stuck in their trauma, okay? Or stunted in their healing, and your ability to move forward will start to trigger their healing, right? It'll start to trigger their growth. So, reason for everything, right? You got this. Now, fixed air. Aqua. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. Joy is the ultimate creator. So this is a reminder, Aqua, that no matter how much fucking shit you've been through, no matter how much trauma you've endured, from your childhood, through partnerships, through work dynamics, through friendship circles, through you name it. No matter how much trauma you've endured, no matter how much conflict you've had to deal with, no matter how afraid you've been of the unknown sometimes. Maybe you've been afraid of your own worth. Maybe you've been afraid that you weren't worth anything at all. You know, no matter what your fears are, maybe you don't feel that you're capable, or maybe you fear you are capable and you've been holding out on yourself the whole time, right? The realization that you've been capable and have just been fucking yourself for too long, you know? I think if you can focus on what you enjoy doing, if you can focus on the visions of you in a life that you enjoy, right, where you could picture yourself smiling and you could picture yourself around energies, right, people, souls that light you up. I think that if you can hold that visualization here and continue to act from that visualization despite any other visual trying to interfere with your third eye. Hold that focus, right? Joy is the ultimate creator. Hold that focus of what joy looks like and don't fucking let it go for nothing. Don't start visualizing worst case scenarios. Don't start visualizing all that horrible shit. Just hold your joyous vision here. And let your actions and your words and where you are speak for itself to the creation of that joyous vision. Because if you see it here, you can manifest it out there. As within and so without. If you hold on to that vision of joy, nothing can get in your way. Let everything else that is not in alignment with that feeling detach from your life. Let it go. Let them separate. Let them go their own way, right? Whatever it is, or whoever it is. Because if you're thinking about joy here, and then all of a sudden you start to really experience conflict with the outer, whether it's a person or a place or a situation or a group or whatever, let it go. That's the universe saying, hey, you're visualizing joy and this is where the conflict is, so this is probably what needs to be released, because it's not in alignment with what you're envisioning. It doesn't feel joyous, and you're manifesting joy. So if it's not joyous, it has to go. Otherwise your vision won't come into form, right? So joy is the ultimate creator. Fixed water. Scorpio. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. That's deep, Scorp. If you can remember that your pain holds no power over you, it doesn't actually hold any power over you. That anything that hasn't killed you has legit made you stronger. And even things that you feel did kill you only had you come back stronger, because fucking Scorpio, right? If you can remember that you're still here and you're still strong and you're still standing and you're still creating and you're still manifesting and you still are faithful, not hopeful, but faithful, faith-filled, that you have not lost faith in the universe, that it has its best still coming to you. And know that the universe is guiding you to it every single time. That every death yields a rebirth for a reason. I think that's the best guidance to get to where the universe wants to take you for October. The universe doesn't make mistakes. And neither do you, especially if you reflect on the lessons learned to see how the quote-unquote death happened and why you were pushed to rebirth energy, right? Why you were pushed to come back stronger than you ever were. And what mindset or perspective really helped you with that momentum. Trust the universe is always guiding you in the right direction. No amount of pain can actually stop you from getting to where you're meant to be or weaken you in any way. You just simply learn, grow, and strengthen. You know, every year a tree grows, it gets a new ring. And every year it grows and gets that new ring, it's a little bit stronger than it was before. The fact that it's just that much thicker makes it just that much harder to crack. Right? It's no different. No different for you, Scorpio. You just grow learn and grow and become a little bit stronger, a little bit better off in your energy, right? Stronger energy, higher energy than you were before. Okay. Mutable fire. Sagittarius. The presence of love will always cast out fear. I surrender to a power greater than me. I told you, warrior of light, Sag. This fucking month, warrior of light. Like, you are well aware of the fact that if you stay in your light, it will always cast out the dark and keep it at bay. The shadow will never win. The quote-unquote evil out there, the trauma out there, the wounds out there will never fucking touch you. I think you're well aware. That's exactly the guidance it's reminding you of that. So long as you are shining fucking bright and you surrender to spirit and you know everything is transpiring for a reason, because you being in that trust, you being in that gratitude for spirit, you being in that love of your own authentic self, knowing that your own authentic path is manifesting before your very eyes and trust of spirit, that you can surrender and you have nothing to fear. And that love of the divine and that love of life, no matter what life looks like, is what's going to get you to your highest places. Right? The presence of love will always cast out fear. You have nothing to fear. Whatever October looks like, you have nothing to fear. Surrender to the divine. It is perfectly aligned for you. Okay? Sag. Capricorn. Capricorn. The presence of love will always cast out fear. My capacity to tune into the energy of Capricorn. It's not Capricorn, it's Virgo. Mutable Earth. Although if you're a fucking Capricorn, you might as well listen up. All right, Virgo. Virgo. The presence of love will always cast out fear. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. As guidance for October, Virgo, this is a reminder that when you are in alignment with spirit, the divine, and you're in that vibration of love, and you're not afraid to speak what needs to be spoken, especially if you're afraid it will come out wrong, right? And if you're in a state of fear, words may come out wrong, even if the intention is correct. If you're in the alignment of love, the words will come out differently. It'll yield the result that is divinely aligned versus a divine lesson, right? Literally to align with love and speak from love instead of fear, right? Whether that's love of yourself, love of other people, whatever, okay? When you cast out fear and allow yourself to realign with love, to breathe, to let yourself be still, to remember that the universe doesn't make mistakes and things happen for a reason, and people are fucked up, you or others, for a reason. Because they're not meant to be healed at that time. They're meant to be fucked up at that time, you or others, because there's lessons being learned for you and others. If you can find forgiveness, because they needed to be in an unhealed state to vibrate at your unhealed state so that you could both elevate and heal. If you can forgive others for their spiritual ignorance, if you can forgive yourself for your spiritual ignorance, that would be highly aligned for you for October. Remember that you're not lost, you're not powerless. The universe has your back always. And you might look like a mere human in this huge world, but you've got the divine's wings at your back, so to speak. And they'll always lift you up when you're down. They will always show you where you need to go and where you need to be. No matter what. You're never actually lost. So, remember, the presence of love will always cast out fear, Virgo. You'll have the words and compassion and power to say and do and be whatever you need. Okay? Mutable air. Gemini. The presence of love will always cast out fear. Joy is the ultimate creator. If that's not a reminder for you to be completely fucking free-spirited, Gem, I don't know what is. That's a fearlessness about doing what you want to fucking do. If you don't want to do something anymore and you're not guided to do something anymore because it's just not fucking ringing a bell, like, then be out. You know, it's not like you don't care about people or you don't care about certain things or you're not appreciative. It's just, it's not fucking vibing. And I think that's your cue to just say fuck it and let certain things go and remember that you're following your joy, and if it's not where you are, then you're leaving where you are to go get it. You know, don't be afraid. Go after it. Like green light, you know, from spirit. 100%. Don't hold yourself back. Alright, Gemini. Stay in alignment with joy. And then finally, Pisces. Mutable water. The presence of love will always cast out fear. I always trust in the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. In other words, Pisces, the way I'm reading this is that even if you are in a state of fear, the universe is always in the state of love. It's that presence of love, and it will always cast out fear. You're always being guided, whether you realize it or not. So trust what the fuck is happening, right? Because the universe is not going to fail you. And you are not going to fail the universe, right? You're not going to fail the divine. You're not going to fail spirit. You can trust in the manifestation and the happenings that are going on because the universe is always in control. You don't have to be super decisive all the time because the universe will keep things in alignment for you, period. All right. Trust more, worry less. Don't be conflicted within yourself. Like, if you feel, if, like, for example, if you fucking snap, right? Let's just say you lose your shit and you fucking snap. Pisces is at some point going to feel bad after, or if something bad happens to them after they were quote-unquote bad to someone else, Pisces is going to be like, oh my god, I'm being punished by spirit. Like, it's not, that is not what's going on. Lessons are being learned, growth is being had, pieces are being moved, nothing's ever in misalignment, truly and honestly. It's just a matter of what alignment you're in. It's never misaligned. It's just a matter of understanding what alignment you're in so that you can elevate to different levels of alignment, right? If you want to. If you want to. The presence of love will always cast out fear. Trust the way the universe is guiding you. If you realign with love and the universe guides you to certain actions or certain words or certain places or to let go of certain people or to embrace certain people, like, just trust it. Because you're going to experience gratitude based on your level of trust in the divine and how grateful you can be to the divine for what it's showing you it can do, right? and that is October OPHIUCHUS. Don't forget to hit the like button and leave me comments, especially on the all signs video if you want bonus readings for your sign or multiple signs, if you cross watch signs or you want your big three or whatever they are. Do not forget to leave those comments on the October all signs reading that is linked in the comments. All right. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time.